Now at 5:30, the defense continuing today in the sentencing trial for the Parkland school shooter.
So the question for jurors today is just how damaged was he from his birth mother's alcohol abuse, and ultimately, what role will it play in their recommendation on the death penalty?
NBC6 reporter Tony Pipitone is outside the courtroom with the day's top developments.
For 2 days, this jury heard from two defense experts making the case that whatever this killer did, his problems stemmed from being poisoned in the womb by his alcoholic birth mother. When it comes to the Parkland shooter, one of the pioneers of fetal alcohol syndrome says his diagnosis is clear.
So he does fulfill the criteria, the cognitive criteria, without any question, for alcohol-related neurodevelopmental disorder.
But in cross-examination, the state implied there's a big problem with that diagnosis.
And isn't it your opinion that a person with NDPAE cannot plan, cannot organize their thoughts as to what they're doing, correct?
Correct.
The state's case was rife with evidence that the killer planned for months to be a school shooter, down to the shirt he wore and the way he concealed his AR-15 style weapon on his way to the school.
It's one of the hallmarks of the disorder of NDPAE or ARND that a person cannot plan.
I think planning an organization is an issue. It's part of a diagnosis of problems with executive functioning.
That aside, there is clear evidence the killer's birth mother abused him as a fetus.
I don't think I have ever seen, I know I have never seen so much alcohol consumed by a pregnant woman.
Documentation and testimony back up his findings, including tracking birth mother Brenda Woodard's weight during pregnancy.
At the second prenatal visit, which was at 28 weeks, her weight, the mother's weight, had decreased over that period of time. So as opposed to gaining weight during the entire second trimester of her pregnancy, she actually lost weight.
Producing a child who was abnormally small and, in his early years, lighter and with a smaller head circumference than 90% of those his age, grown into a small man who vowed he would become infamous with a big gun. The state's emphasis, though, has been that if he is such a damaged human being, how was he able to so methodically and efficiently carry out the murder of 17 people? They will ask the jury to give great weight to the crime, the magnitude of his cold, calculated crime, and argue that whatever weight they give to his fetal alcohol exposure, it's far outweighed by the deeds that he did in February of 2018. The defense resumes its case tomorrow morning. Reporting in Fort Lauderdale, Tony Pipitone, NBC6 News.